Last August at the D23 Expo in Anaheim, we announced the return of Ewan McGregor in the iconic role of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi for a special event series on Disney+. Obi-Wan Kenobi begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Revenge of the Sith, where he faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice, Anakin Skywalker turned evil Sith Lord, Darth Vader. Our fans will be thrilled that Hayden Christensen will be returning in the role of Darth Vader. This will be the rematch of the century. The series is directed by Deborah Chow, coming off the great work she did with us as a director on season 1 of The Mandalorian. Production will begin in March of next year. Here's an early look at Obi-Wan Kenobi.
What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I'm obviously going to be talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that, was originally announced at D23, and then we got more information at this Disney Investors Day. So obviously, by the thumbnail, my question is, will they destroy him? Are they going to destroy Obi-Wan Kenobi's character? The reason why this is the question I have is because I know Disney's track record. I've watched them do it. I watched in The Force Awakens how they showed that, Han and Leia were failures at being parents. And it just give me a break that they would raise that fucking sissy. And then, I saw even more so, because at first when I watched The Force Awakens, I was like, there's got to be a reason. Maybe there's this whole reason. Maybe they're actually not failures, and it's all a stage. It's all part of the plan, and they just have to do this because it's their duty, and the only way for them to, make sure that, Rey, who was implied that she was somebody, that she was, either a Kenobi or a Skywalker or a Solo, and so that they had to have a failed marriage, and Luke had to go away, so that way it would all make sense, and that way they could hide her from the dark side. And then we got The Last Jedi, and all of that went out the window. So it was that Han and Leia were just, failures at parents and failures at life, that Luke Skywalker was a complete failure, that everything that Luke Skywalker was, just that wasn't him. That wasn't Luke Skywalker, even according to Mark Hamill.
Luke would never say that. I'm sorry. Well, in this version, see, I'm talking about the George Lucas Star Wars. This is the next generation of Star Wars. So I almost had to think of Luke as another character. Maybe he's Jake Skywalker. He's not my Luke Skywalker.
You see? Jake Skywalker. That's not his Luke Skywalker. That's not my Luke Skywalker. That isn't George's Luke Skywalker. That wasn't George's, Princess Leia. That wasn't George's Han Solo. So my question is, will they destroy Obi-Wan Kenobi? And I honestly, again, knowing Disney's track record, I think that they are going to, because the whole thing that she is leading up to, okay, we're going to have Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're going to have him on Tatooine, and, he's going to be watching over Luke, but also, in Revenge of the Sith, the ending, what did Yoda say to him? More training I have for you on Tatooine. Your old master has found a way to come back from the nether regions of the Force, meaning Qui-Gon, and so it's implied that, Obi-Wan was getting training from Force Ghost Qui-Gon while he was on Tatooine during all of those years while he was, protecting and guarding Luke from afar. But so what Kathleen Kennedy proposes is that they are going to be bringing Hayden Christensen back, and there's going to be this huge smackdown between, the rematch of, the fucking century. We're having Hayden Christensen come back to reprise his role as Anakin/Darth Vader. Now, in my mind, what does that do? That takes away all of the impact from the moment in A New Hope. When Vader says, I feel a presence I have not felt in, thinking the last time we saw Obi-Wan, and then this final battle where, Vader says, last time I saw you, I was but a learner, now I am a master. And, Obi-Wan says, only a master of evil, Darth. And so that was, the fight where Obi-Wan, he allows Vader to kill him. He allows himself to be defeated, and he makes sure that Luke sees it, so that way Luke will, have the motivation to rise to the occasion to defeat Darth Vader. So bringing back Hayden Christensen to have this big fight, this big smackdown between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, that takes away from the impact from this. And so, again, knowing what they did to Luke Skywalker, what they did to Han, what they did to Princess Leia, like what they did to Chewie and Lando, it's like, I don't trust them with these characters. They've proven themselves to be untrustworthy with, these people that, you can say, oh, they're fictional characters, but they mean something to me, and they mean something to a lot of people. There wouldn't be people like me that have rooms like this that, grew up collecting and loving this stuff, and it wouldn't have the huge devoted fan base that it did before Disney got a hold of it, and, that still try to, come and protect and, remind everyone of why these characters are, as respected as they were before Disney got a hold of them. And so the question is, will they destroy Obi-Wan Kenobi? I think if they try to take away from the impact of this moment by bringing Hayden Christensen back and try to have some face-off and rematch between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's like, well, we already had that. That was in A New Hope. The prequels showed how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, and so it added more impact to this moment. It added, now we know the backstory between Obi-Wan, whereas in the, original trilogy, we only had like a glimpse. We had all the information we needed. The prequels were just, a bonus extra. You can love them, you can hate them. It told the story of how Darth Vader became Darth Vader. That was its purpose, and to show things like the Clone Wars and to give a little bit more backstory on Obi-Wan and George, experimenting with midichlorians and other things like that, learning who their Luke and Leia's mother is. There was so much to it that added, whereas all Disney does is takes things that already exist, that they know love, that they know already have this built-in audience, they milk it for money, and they don't care what they do to it. They don't care how they fuck it up. They don't care how they destroy it. And so the only way I can rationalize this working is if Obi-Wan is somehow doing some kind of forced meditation and he's reflecting back on instances during his training of Anakin where he, should have kind of, maybe reprimanded Anakin a little more, had a tighter leash on him, and seen times where he, could have prevented the temptation, or where he could have seen that Anakin was really being tempted by the dark side and he didn't take it as seriously because he loved Anakin, he trusted him, it was like his brother. And, it's a very hard thing to accept when somebody that you love isn't what you thought that they were, or, is going down this path that you would have never expected them to go down. And, that happens every day in reality. You don't expect, people to turn into the, way they do. I mean, go look at the huge homeless population that we have just in, the U.S., just in California where I live. I guarantee you all of those people, or a great majority of those people, have families. And those families never expected, this person that, started off as a baby and, a child and, adolescent and teenager. They never expected them to be there, to hit rock bottom like that. But, just in life, people have a way of doing that. And so if Obi-Wan Kenobi is reflecting, and maybe he is having, he's reflecting on that, and that causes him to have nightmares. And so he's fighting with, Anakin, he's fighting with his demons, he's fighting with the fact that he failed. That was the line that Obi-Wan Kenobi says, I have failed you, Anakin, while he's watching him burn on Mustafar. And he's so broken because if it wasn't for the fact that he did fail in his training of Anakin, or in, his mentorship of Anakin, none of this would have happened. Anakin wouldn't have been tempted by the dark side. And so, Obi-Wan is dealing with those own demons within himself. And that would be a very compelling story. Is Disney going to do that? I fucking guarantee you they're not. I don't think they're smart enough to do that, or they don't have smart enough writers to do that, as they've proven before. Fuck you, Rian Johnson. Fuck you, J.J. Abrams. And so with Anakin, having, Hayden Christensen come back, the only way, that's really going to work is when Darth Vader can have his mask off in, the little rehabilitation chamber. And so have Hayden Christensen. Now, it doesn't matter that he's gotten older. Just put on the prosthetics and the makeup and have him reflecting on his life. You can even bring Natalie Portman back and thinking about times he had with Padme, thinking about what his life could have been like if he was a father, thinking about, how old his kid would have been, because I don't know if he knew that there was twins. I feel like he should have known that, considering how in tuned he was with the Force. He could have probably sensed that there was 2 fucking babies in her tiny little belly, but that's just me. But so having Anakin reflecting on times, and maybe even being more angry at Obi-Wan, maybe, Obi-Wan reprimanded me too much at this time, Obi-Wan didn't trust me, the council didn't trust me, and that's why I did this, and making excuses for why he chose the path that he did. Now, we already know in Return of the Jedi, the moment that he is talking with Luke and, you know, they're in, you know, the little hallway before they get in the elevator to go up to the ships to go up to the Death Star. And, you know, Luke saying, you're not going to take me in front of the Emperor Father, because, you know, I know that they're still good in you. And Anakin, or, you know, Vader, the first time we really see him as Anakin, and how, you know, he tells Luke, he says, it's too late for me, son. Now, that wasn't him as Darth Vader. That was Anakin speaking to Luke. That was Anakin letting Luke know that he knows everything he has done is wrong, but he's too far into it. He's too, you know, much in the deep end to come back from it. He, you know, it's too late for him. And that was Anakin acknowledging that to Luke. So Luke got through to him. We knew what was going to happen at the end of the Return of the Jedi just based on that one line. We knew Darth Vader was going to redeem himself in some way because he acknowledged the fact that he knew what he did was wrong. So maybe this is, it would be a great opportunity for Hayden Christensen to, you know, even further show his acting capabilities by, you know, just sitting there in, you know, a tiny contained room and just, you know, in complete pain and agony because he's got to have this, you know, entire suit to keep him alive. He's been burned. I know it's been 10 years, but it's not just physical pain, it's emotional scars and having to deal with, because Anakin was a good person. Just like Padme said, he was such a good person. And so having Anakin, you know, just reflect on everything and, you know, to just that mental back and forth torture. And then maybe, you know, having him flashback to him with Obi-Wan, so you can have those scenes together, scenes we've never seen before, and, you know, having them on missions, introducing new Jedi, or the ones that we saw in the Clone Wars, or, you know, expanding upon other characters, because I know they just want to do spin-offs on everyone. There you go, that's a way to do it. And then maybe if they're both having some kind of dream, and they're both, since Disney introduced it, where you might as well fucking use it, have the Force Skype call, where they're both dreaming, and, you know, it's a nightmare for them, and they're both fighting, and they're having, you know, what they would have said to one another, what they want to say, you know, Anakin just, or Vader, airing all of his frustrations at Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan, you know, just going off and saying, I should have noticed this, and, you know, I failed. And so Obi-Wan, you know, because it's a dream or it's a nightmare, Obi-Wan having that mental battle with himself and kind of airing out all of his frustrations with himself since he knows he failed, like he said so in Revenge of the Sith, and Anakin just, you know, projecting all of his problems onto Obi-Wan to, you know, give him that anger and that pain so that way he can get through every single day as Darth Vader. That's the way I would do it. That way it would not take away from this, you know, this showdown, this battle that Obi-Wan has, you know, with Darth Vader in A New Hope, that, you know, he makes sure that he allows himself to get killed so Luke can see, so that way Luke can rise to the occasion to beat Vader, which is a really fucking important scene. And if you just have them randomly meet and fight, it's going to take away from all of that impact. And the fact that Obi-Wan has come to terms with all of those issues in this. I mean, just look, just go rewatch A New Hope and see how Obi-Wan, he's completely content to die. He does it with a smile on his face because he knows that his sacrifice is what's going to help Luke. And so he's come to terms with, you know, everything that was bothering him, everything that he regrets, that we saw, you know, at the end of the Revenge of the Sith. So that, to me, is the only way for it to make sense. Is Disney gonna do it? I guarantee you fucking not, but it is what it is at this point. So everyone, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I know that this is supposed to be, at least from what they've given us information on, a limited series. I think if they had the right writers and right directors, they could do it. But I've been, you know, they burned too many bridges. They fucked up too many characters. I have absolutely no faith in Disney to do this right. But, you know, I'm more than happy to be wrong. I sincerely hope to, you know, my very heart, that they prove me wrong, that they can do justice to these characters. But I'm a realist in this sense, and I don't think they have it in them. I don't think they have the talent to write this. I don't think they have the care or the heart to write this. But we will see. We will see. So again, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. You know, especially if you didn't like it, that means a lot to me. And for everyone that did, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I only do this because of you and all the support that you guys show me. And if you are new to my channel and this is your first video, thank you so much. And if you want to take a minute and subscribe, that would mean the world to me. Make sure that you smack that little bell. Make sure that it's set to all, that you actually get notifications when I do videos and live streams. And until next time, everyone, I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And may the Force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the binary sunset version, one of my favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's The Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.